Omo, while I don't boss for INEC chairman now, see this group where we say that they talk, that they try to say government must form interim government. DSS they complain about interim government meeting and all, but this one that they call for and say make Buhari begin now they build up interim government. But no be that be the cocoa. They say make Buhari sack INEC chairman now and make they even give ultimatum, make he sack and make he arrest, somebody arrest him and cancel the election. And so this one then their blood they hot. Men I listen to them. As DSS they para say with the DSS some people they hold meeting to install interim government. This one they know they hide their face, so they know they hide their identity. They ready. Then all of them when I listen to them, hear the way they tell they para, they know their blood they hot. I don't even know where they for which group where they belong to. But when I listen to them, help me pass the message across.
Thank you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the press. I think
no progress happens in any lawless society. As of today, Nigeria is within the full field of lawlessness because of the conspiracy or collusion to permit that fraudulent declaration will stand. May we reiterate our demand in the interest of public information and knowledge, given the background of our explanation within the time limit of President Muhammadu Buhari. 1. Sack, arrest, detain Professor Mahmoud Yakubu.
Yes.
Cancellation of the presidential election of 25th February 2023.
Yes.
Declaration of an interim government.
Yes.
Compensation of all the victims of electoral violence and voter suppression.
Yes.
We have also called for the establishment of a Truth and Reconciliation Commission in Lagos and other flashpoints during the federal and state polls for the purpose of national healing. It deserves mentioning that our group and motivation are apolitical. We are not serving the interests of any presidential election or politician, not any candidate for that matter. We are only challenging the illegality of the process that declared a winner in the presidential election that met every condition for failure. We are asking for the people to be held accountable for once in our country. But hope returned in the months leading up to the 2023 general election, with more Nigerians armed with clarity of what truly matters in their engagement with the system. Over 10 million new names entered the voter register. Most of them were young people, some of whom were first-time voters. So when the day came for them to cast their votes on the 25th of February 2023, it was not a repetition of the quarterly rituals, but a service to the nation, knowing that by participating in the process that recruits leaders, they hold the right to demand for accountability, but more so because the chairman of Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, had promised Nigerians to the commitment of the commission to conduct a free, a fair, and all-inclusive poll. He made submissions locally on various international platforms, assuring Nigerians and the world that the outcome will be transparent and certainly to reflect the will of the Nigerian people. This is beside the confidence that President Muhammadu Buhari, signing the Electoral Act of 2022 as amended, gave the willingness of Nigerians to participate in the polls. Unfortunately, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu chose to desecrate the altar of truth and trust by collating results and declaring a winner in flagrant disregard of the INEC guidelines and the Electoral Act of 2022 as amended. We have heard calls to look to the bright side of the election vis-a-vis the positive changes that it has contributed to our electoral behavior and history. While we acknowledge that there were improvements in voter participation, and particularly we cannot help but ask On what foundation will these changes build their roots? A decision based on falsehood and fraud will always birth the same. The reason our country remained political moribund for years was due to our indifference to suppression, oppression, and injustice. This is why we have been marching for 10 days and now to call and awake our national consciousness to the barrage of illegalities committed during the Presidential, National Assembly, gubernatorial, and State Assembly elections. We hope that the courts will have concluded hearing and pronouncement by May 29 to allow for the swearing in of a new president. However, in the event that the courts are unable to clear litigation before it lies within the legal right to direct President Muhammadu Buhari to hand over to the Senate President, who will preside over state affairs until June 3rd, when he will hand over to the Chief Justice of the Federation to preside as interim president pending the resolution of cases and substantive president sworn in. All of this is within the bandwidth of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
They give me their money.
The king will say, Mama no go sleep. Him too, no supposed to sleep. Now, when I don't hear him, I don't say all these things like this. INEC chairman, before he do this work, he don't know say it will be like this. I don't say no. I don't say no. He don't know say like this it will be. Even the people who do the work, they know say like this it will be. Then prepare for all these things. See, you know the way you want to the open company. If they want to open company, they keep money where they will take run that company for 6 months. So that even if the company no make profit, they will still get money to pay staff, you know, do giveaway, do promo and all of that. Then they prepare all those things. So the company gonna run smoothly. You will say they know you get issue. Now so the people who plan this rigging for this election, now so they take planner. Everything will go sustain the Nigerian democracy. And everything will go sustain all these Google where they happen now. They don't build them down. The structure don't dey to carry this thing where they happen now. Forget. See, they don't just do this thing. They don't just plan this to say that they just do trial. They arrange them well. They structure them well. So that no matter, even this court case, they don't know say it go day. They don't project everything. They don't plan and work and down. The template don't day. They just play this thing now like a draft somewhere. They don't know what will happen tomorrow. They don't know what will happen to next week. Now they know this, the idea way they be. If you change your idea, they change your strategy. Then too go change their own strategy. All these guys, they plan this. Not see, we are not dealing with novice. We are not dealing with newbies. You understand? We are dealing with experienced guys. We are dealing with people that have run political parties for years, that have sustained political parties for years, that have grown political party from one party to the other and merged other parties and created a giant political party. They know the rigging process and they know how to rig and sustain the rigging throughout the system, the time of the stress. All these things they happen now. If you say the people who rig this election say they know anticipate them, my life. They know they are expecting all these things. They are aware that these things will happen. So no, they deceive yourself. Leave all this drama. Don't be surprised if some of the people they call for interim government self, they call for interim government from their camp. You don't go know.
Now lie, we know all these formats. We know all these formats. We sabi am na still the same person we win election and they run up and they protest say make them declare them when they congratulate them. We know all these formats. If you don't know all these cards that they play like this, you say you say you they lose guard. Don't lose guard, guys. Don't lose guard. They know what they do. They know, they plan all these things from beginning. They plan everything they happen and they plan it from beginning. They don't even they bother themselves. They cannot tell a lie. They don't already bring people. They don't get people saying and then they help them, they handle all this matter. As people they complain, they get shock absorber. As now they worry. They know say we go worry. They know say we go worry. They know our capacity. So they don't already plan everything down. People will say they get sense. The kind of sense they use rig this election, I go tell you say they're really very, very intelligent. How for you? People shift their arrow. Then turn the arrow head from where people they think say Now here they go hit. Then turn the arrowhead go where people mind no go.